Hi, welcome to Business Today TV. Now, Amazon is one of the biggest e commerce brands across the globe and now even in India. The brand has completed 10 years in the country. Amazon.in was launched in 2013 and it has come a long way. Today, we have with us someone who has been with Amazon throughout the journey and someone who can take us through the highs and the lows the brand has experienced in India. Welcome, Abhinav Singh, Vice President, Amazon India Operations. Hi, Abhinav.
Hi, good afternoon, and lovely to be with you today. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being with us too. And let's dive straight into it. And let's start with a personal touch, and let's start with your personal journey and how it has evolved with Amazon over the past 10 years with Amazon India, and how you started as an operations manager, and now you are the vice president Amazon India operations. So, what has your journey been like?
It's been an incredible journey, and I started in 2012, a year before we launched as part of the India launch team. And we were a very small team, but we had a big vision. We wanted to transform the way India buys and sells. We wanted to create an enabling ecosystem where millions of sellers can come and transact, and every single customer all across the country can come and buy from us. We that journey from that first package to now the millions of packages that we ship on a daily basis, from that first fulfillment center, which was just about 200,000 square feet, to the 43 million cubic feet of storage that we have today, from a single sort center to 19 states and 2.3 million square feet of sortation space, delivery stations in just 5 cities to now 2,000 plus delivery stations. The scaling has been immense. I personally joined in the Pathways Leadership Development Program, which is a program we have for operations managers from a business school, from the Indian School of Business. And my first few years were in transportation, building out central monitoring and execution systems for Amazon. I switched into product and software development, and then later came back into operations, where I started leading what we call Amazon Transportation Services. And after leading transportation for about 3 years, in 2021, I took over fulfillment, supply chain, and as well as transportation. So have seen different facets of the organization, from floor operations to product and technology, and later leading operations at scale. I would like to say that this is probably one of the very few companies where individuals get to work across swim lanes and experience growth in different dimensions. So it's been a very fulfilling journey for me personally. And quite honestly, these 11 years are something I'm super proud of, and super proud of what we have built in India for entrepreneurs and citizens at large.
11 years is quite a long time, honestly. And so, what kind of, if you would share Amazon's story, this was your story, your fulfillment, and how do you see Amazon's journey in the past 10 years? And what's its growth story like? Because I know a lot of people knew Amazon even before it was launched. Amazon.in was launched, and people were excited back then. But what kind of a change in perception have you seen for Amazon in the past 10 years?
So at Amazon, we speak about being firm on the vision and flexible on the details. So the vision we had was to build a store experience which will have the largest selection, the lowest price, and the most convenient experience for customers across the country. And to fulfill that vision, we had to build out infrastructure, get technology from different parts of the world where it was being done in the past, build technology where it made sense, and enable and digitize millions of sellers. So that's the high level of it. Let me sort of drill down into it a little bit. If you think back to the 2012 timeframe, free fast delivery was not something which was very common or did not exist in India from an e-commerce perspective. And we knew that in order to do that in India at scale, we would have to invest in our own transportation and logistics infrastructure. That led us to build out Amazon Logistics in India. We worked with the ground ecosystem and build out what we call the I Have Space program, where today we have 28,000 Kirana stores partnering with us and delivering for us. This was an India First initiative, where this was for the first time in the whole Amazon system, we had stores delivering packages for us. At the same time, we leveraged global technology, where our fulfillment centers used global technologies that we had built in other countries to be able to offer free fast shipping to all of our customers. We then continued to invest in infrastructure, whether it was building out fulfillment centers, sort centers, delivery stations. We continued to invest in building out a large entrepreneurial network of small and medium businesses through our delivery service partner program in last mile, through our trucking programs in the transportation space. We continue to invest in path-breaking modes of transport. Just in January this year, we launched Amazon Air in India, which is our own freighter service of aircrafts. And we also partnered extensively with government institutes like the India Post to deliver packages to every single postcode in India, and India Railways. In fact, we were the first e-commerce company in India to partner in such a meaningful way with Indian Railways. So that's on the infrastructure side and the growth that we've seen in India. On the seller side, we started with, in 2013, I remember on day one, we had about 100 sellers. And today we have over 1.2 million. That's 12 lakh sellers on the platform. The first thing we sold back then was a book. And today we sell millions of books every single day and everything else that you'd like to find on Amazon. So that's the growth from a selection and a seller-based perspective. Just to put some numbers and give you context on that, we've enabled exports, and this is just exports I'm talking of over $5 billion. So we've created a meaningful impact over there. But something which I'm really deeply passionate about and to be honest, proud of, is the impact from a job creation standpoint, where we've created over 1 million direct and indirect jobs in India through our core operations network and also the larger network that we have in operation. So it's been a very fulfilling journey. And while there's a lot to be done, I can safely say that we are well on our way of achieving our vision for building out the largest selection at the lowest price and the most convenient offering for the customers.
Great. But I understand that it's been fulfilling for you, but initially I'm assuming that you might have witnessed a lot of challenges. So India is a very different country when you compare it to other markets that Amazon is in. So are there any specific challenges you faced in India that was completely new to the organization, and like how did you manage to deal with those challenges?
So you're right. There are unique facets about India which are different from other countries. Let's start with the transaction. India is a large cash on delivery market. So building out a cash on delivery service in itself was an India first invention for Amazon. We have since then exported that invention to other countries that we operate in, like MENA in Egypt and other countries. Now, in order to digitize that cash, we built out what we call pay on delivery, which is various options for customers to pay on their doorstep using their credit cards, debit cards, UPI, and so on and so forth. So a lot of invention in the cash space, not only being able to collect cash and reconcile that in our systems, but also digitize the cash from an eventual perspective. A lot of the addresses in India were not to the same level of structuring as addresses globally. So how do you then build out technology systems that understand those addresses and help in routing and more efficient deliveries and so on and so forth? So India specific or India first technologies which understand the India address nuance. We've built out a lot of consumer facing products as well. As a consumer, you would have experienced what we call buyback, where you can exchange your old phone for a new one and get a price off from Amazon. We've built out hand-to-hand exchange, where you can exchange a product where there's a size mismatch or any other issue with a different product or a replacement product. So a lot of these inventions in India were born out of the need that we had for the market, but the central tenet remained the same, that we want to be able to serve customers. And in order to serve customers, we would have to build market relevant solutions and invest in them. So I don't really see them as challenges that had to be overcome. I see them as market relevant solutions to be able to offer customers what we wanted to offer them.
And even within India, are there any because the geography, the terrain changes from north to south, east to west. So, do you have any instances of different types of requirements for different states or regions that you experimented with in your initial years?
I think initial days when there were differences in state level requirements, but over a period of time, a lot of that has gotten harmonized, and the government has been, all successive governments have been very progressive about being, making the ease of doing business better. So, those differences are very few, especially after the GST coming in, and the local level taxes, like you used to have octroi in certain states and so on. So all of those having been subsumed by GST, so that harmonization has really made interstate differences much fewer than what they used to be. Of course, from a customer selection perspective, there are preferences which are at a state level. From a seller base perspective, there are sellers who are, in some areas, they have certain unique selection. But those are issues we've solved for with our vast transportation and fulfillment network.
Now, Amazon is often seen as an e-commerce company, but also as a tech company. So, could you tell me what the role of tech was in the past 10 years, and what were the pivotal moments that, according to you, changed the trajectory that Amazon's trajectory in India?
You're absolutely right. We are a technology company, and technology powers everything that we do.
Right.
Uh, when you click buy on the website, right, in the back end, there is a real-time system which determines which is the best fulfillment center to drop that order to, based on where you've ordered it from, how fast would you like to have it delivered, what's the best way to do it, even from a cost perspective. Once that decision is made, there are real-time systems which then provide that information to people who are picking shipments in the fulfillment center. It then goes to an area where you pack them and then you label those shipments. At the time of labeling, Another real-time system is called to say that what is the best mode of transportation to send this? Should I send this by air? Should I send this by rail? And so on and so forth. And from there, it moves into the transportation network based on the mode chosen. Within the transportation network, there is automation, not just from a system optimization perspective, but also ground automation. We have something we call auto sorters, which are basically automated machines which are used to sort packages to different locations. We have sort slides and other such automation which improves the efficiency. Then it goes to the last mile. In the last mile, depending on the different modes of transport and also the time of day, etc., it's get allocated to the right channel. Within that channel, you make sure that from a payments and a reconciliation perspective, there is transparency and real-time payments and reconciliation. From the perspective of the doorstep delivery, there is a delivery scan, which is relayed back to our website on a real-time basis. There is also the geocode, which is recorded of the delivery being made to make sure that the deliveries are being made in the right place. We have something called photo on delivery, where you click a photograph when you do an unattended delivery to make sure that the customer knows that the product has reached their doorstep. For products which are prone to some amount of tampering, we have something called secure delivery, where we enable it with a one-time password and X-ray image. So in every aspect of our operations, technology is used to ensure that we are able to offer a fast, reliable experience to the customers. And customers, when they buy something, they are sure that what they get is a reliable, consistent experience. We use machine learning a lot. So we carry millions and millions of ASINs. When that product goes to the pack station, there is an algorithm which matches the right box type with the ASIN, which is going to the SKU or product which is going to get shipped, so that the right product is shipped. So, every aspect of operations is enabled through tech. And like I called out earlier, some of this tech is global. Some of it has been made in India and now being exported.
Perfect. But if you had to choose one piece of tech that has like changed everything for Amazon, what would it be? Like, I know something like a smartphone definitely expands your reach a lot, but from the operations point of view, uh, what would that turning point be?
It's hard to say because all of it operates in a concert, right? So there isn't a seminal, and it's forever evolving, and there is incremental improvement, whether it's the fulfillment systems or the transportation optimization systems or any of those, right? So it's very hard to say that this one tech has been a game changer, because I think everything working in concert allows us to go from 2-day delivery to 1-day delivery to same-day delivery to just delivery within a few hours. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's one seminal piece of technology which has made all the difference, but an eager adoption of technology and an implicit understanding that technology enables us to improve our service disproportionately is sort of the game changer. So there isn't a cell phone moment that I can quote to you.
And could you elaborate on some of the investments that has been made in technology and logistics infrastructure that has enhanced the customer experience overall in the past 10 years?
So the key to be able to provide um, an experience which is reliable and fast is to be able to get inventory to the customer, to place inventory as close to the customer as possible, right? And relevant inventory based on the choices and based on the demand signals and all of that. So our planning systems help us stock the right inventory in the right locations based on what we expect the customers in that area to buy. Our fulfillment systems, they help in optimizing the operational efficiency of shipping it out and transporting them. So our fulfillment and transportation systems do that. Our customer-facing technology works in making sure that customers are able to see the information real time on their apps and through SMSs and such like stuff, right? So from a technology perspective, it's like the whole end-to-end layer instead of any one specific technology.
Okay. And any key partnerships that you have worked on that has been instrumental for Amazon in the
Yes.
past 10 years?
So from a partnership perspective, I think we've had very meaningful partnerships across the value chain, whether it is the millions of sellers that we have on our platform, or it is the hundreds and thousands of small entrepreneurs in our I Have Space program, in our DSP program, in our trucking program. And also, I would like to emphasize on our partnership with the government, our partnership with the Indian Postal Service, where we work with them extensively to deliver packages to every single postcode in India. And we've sort of co-developed a lot of their capabilities as well in terms of, understanding the need of a parcel delivery network and real-time reconciliation and scan transmission and things like that. And also with the Indian Railways, where we've worked extensively with them to be able to connect different parts of India in a fast and reliable way. So yes, partnerships across the value chain, across the 10 years.
And before this, you had said that jobs, Amazon has created a lot of jobs and entrepreneurship opportunities. So could you elaborate on that and give us some data regarding this, the kind of jobs and the number of jobs that Amazon has helped create in India in the past 10 years?
So we've helped create 1.1 million plus direct and indirect jobs. And this is across the job types, right from software development to being able to enable individuals to come on board and as part of our Flex program to deliver packages for us, stores to come on board and deliver packages for us, trucking partners, and our delivery service partners. So across the value chain, whether it is technology development to delivery, we've helped create about 1.1 million plus direct and indirect jobs.
That's a huge number. And what kind of last mile programs have designed that Amazon has designed to empower small businesses in India?
So there are two programs that I'd like to talk about in particular. One of them is the I Have Space program, which is, to put simply, the neighborhood Kirana stores have delivery capacity in times when they are not serving their customers during the afternoons or early evenings. They have that capacity, or they have personnel who are manning those stores, but not a lot of customer footfall. So we worked with them to enable them to monetize that time by delivering packages for us in that spare time. And it turned out to be something which is a win-win proposition, because they had intimate knowledge of the area that they were delivering in. They knew the addresses really well. In some cases, they knew the households really well. And so for us, our customers were being served well. And for them, they were able to, use a time which they were otherwise not using to be able to, earn money and monetize that time. So we built a lot of technology to be able to build that capability, hand over those packages to them, reconcile that, make sure the money is being transmitted in a real-time basis, and there is absolute transparency in that. The second, and we have today about 28,000 of these stores across the country. The second program that we developed, we call the Delivery Service Partner Program, where small entrepreneurs can come on board and become our delivery partners and deliver packages on Amazon behalf, being powered again by our technology from a last mile delivery perspective. But they get a lot of support in order to start a business of their own.
And now from the past to the future, like what are some of the customer centric or last mile delivery innovations that you are working on in Amazon that's that's going to change the customer experience even further?
I think the core vision or our focus areas will remain consistent, right? We talk about things which are stable in time, and we believe that a vast selection, speed, and convenience are going to remain stable in time, right? And low prices will remain stable in time. And how do we keep enabling them through a very responsive and agile operations network is going to be our goal. So in the future, we spoke about the launch just January this year of Amazon Air that is geared towards providing faster deliveries to our prime customers all across the country. So we will continue to make investments in speed. How do we make millions of products delivered to customer doorsteps even faster than we are doing today? We will continue to make investments in sustainability. So we made a commitment in 2020 that we will have 10,000 electric vehicles by 2025 in our fleet. And we are well on our way of achieving that. We made a commitment that we are going to, by 2040, 10 years ahead of the Paris Agreement, be net carbon neutral. And in order to do that, we've made some very meaningful changes, which in the short term have actually added costs to our supply chain, but we think they're worth it and our customers care about it. Just to give you a few examples, every single package that gets shipped out of an Amazon fulfillment center in India is plastic free. We only use paper packaging. In fact, even the tapes that we use are paper tapes. They are not plastic tapes on our packaging. So our customers can certainly expect faster deliveries. They can expect significantly more sustainable deliveries with every passing year, both in terms of the vehicles that get it to their doorstep, to the energy consumption which goes in the back end, the packaging that is consumed to get it to their doorstep, and so on and so forth. And finally, we'll continue to use technology to be able to invent newer and better products that our customers are keen on purchasing from us. So yeah, lots more to come. Like we say at Amazon, it's still day one. It's been 10 exciting years, but we are here for the long term. We are committed to the investment in India, and I'm really excited about many more than these.
That's amazing. And one question that I was eagerly wanting to ask, there's a lot of talk about drones and delivery. What do you think is India's situation in this regard? And like, is it really practical to have drone deliveries in India? And if yes, then like, when can we actually see drones at our doorsteps delivering stuff?
So at Amazon, we are really committed to, globally across the globe in working with the governments and also evaluating the right technology and the right timing from a drone delivery perspective. There are a few imperatives for drone deliveries to be successful. One is obviously the overall regulatory infrastructure, which I think the country is being very progressive on, and building the right guardrails and building the right regulations and coming out with the right sort of boundary conditions in which drones should be operated. Second, from a last mile perspective, you need a lot of address structuring to be able to, accurately locate houses and, pinpoint accuracy in terms of landing them and so on and so forth. We still have some ways to go from an address structuring perspective in India. So it's dramatically different from what it was 10 years ago, but there's still some ways to go. And then drone technology has to sort of mature a little more, both from a software as well as from a hardware perspective, hardware more from a cost point of view. So I'd say that it's a question of when and not if. And the when will be determined by the majority of technology, both from a hardware and a software perspective. I do not have a date, unfortunately, to share with you at this time. But what I can commit to is that we will continue to experiment, and at the right time when it makes the most sense, we'll make sure that our customers start getting faster deliveries.
That's amazing. I'm hoping it to be sooner than later. And yeah, so what do you think will be the defining uh, factor for the next 10 years for Amazon? Like the past 10 years have seen aggressive growth, yes, but what do the next 10 years look like in your vision for Amazon?
I think one of the really good things about Amazon, and I'm not using this as a line, is that we have a lot of clarity in what our priority is, and our priority is our customers. Every decision at Amazon is worked backward from customers. We are genuinely a customer obsessed company. And the good thing about customers is they are divinely discontent. They always want things faster. They always want more convenience. They want a wider selection. They want lower prices. And that way, that has enabled us to invent on their behalf for the last 10 years. And I don't see that changing. I see customers wanting more of what they've seen for the last 10 years. And we'll just have to keep inventing ways and means of delivering that. We'll leverage our technology for sure. We'll leverage newer technology in terms of machine learning and AI to be able to do that much faster and better. But the framework of what we'll focus on does not change. It's going to be about how do we serve an amazing nation of about 1 billion plus people in the most meaningful way possible, reach every single household with the products that they want at the price that they like, at the fastest possible speed.
That's amazing. And do you see automation getting the best of next decade? Like because definitely machine learning, AI is taking over everything. So how do you see automation changing things in India?
So I see automation as a force multiplier. I
Okay.
don't see automation or AI as a, you use the word taking over. I would not use that phrase. I would use the phrase that automation and AI are a force multiplier or an enabler to be able to do things, um, make the life of associates in the network from an operations perspective safer and more convenient. You know, it's, for example, in the future that you will have a lot less musculoskeletal injuries because lifting will be automated, or they will be lifting, so people will not injure themselves that much. I see automation in terms of being able to handle deliveries with a lot more precision, because you will have routes which are very neatly defined, and you have address quality which is so good that you're able to really make the life of the delivery associate better, right? I see AI being able to create those routes in a very intuitive fashion, like how you would sequence it if you were very, very intimately aware of those different aspects. I see them as a force multiplier and enabler. Will they change the way we operate? Yes, in a meaningful way, but they certainly won't take over anything. The heart of our business is still human centered, and I don't expect that to change in the next decade.
And would you say the same for jobs as well? Like, because it's
Yeah,
bound to, yeah.
yeah,
You pass.
absolutely. I don't see this as a trade-off at all between AI and jobs. I think there will be. Like I said, I see this as an enabler and a force multiplier, and not as anything which is taking over.
Amazing. Okay, that's all from me, and it was lovely talking to you, Abhinav. And would you want to add something about Amazon's vision?
No, it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much. We are very
Um,
excited. I personally am very excited. The last 10 years in building India ka Amazon has been really satisfying. And as part of that journey, 4 million plus small businesses that we've helped digitize, the million plus jobs we've created, the 1.2 million sellers. These are not just numbers to us. These are individual lives that we've helped transformed. And yeah, it's just been a real proud journey. And I'm so happy that we got to share it with you. And we are all very excited about the next 10 and the next 10 and the long-term opportunity that we have in India to meaningfully serve the billion plus people.
we're also very excited to see what Amazon has to offer.
Uh,
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Abhinav. It was lovely talking to you.
Thanks.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.